Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Okay, we have another fun video today. I'm gonna be doing a pattern review, which I've done before on my channel many times, but I'm just kind of in the mood for a little breaking up the preparing for the craft market videos and kind of just do a one, pattern review. I personally have been really wanting to crochet a summery top for summer coming up. The weather's getting warmer. I want something to wear. I'm really excited for it. So over on my Instagram, I found 3 summer tops crochet patterns, posted on my Instagram story, and asked you guys to vote which one you wanted me to review, and you all picked the loopy vest pattern. This is what it looks like. It's over on Etsy. It's like, I believe I paid like $7.30 for it, so it is a paid pattern, but I'm gonna be reviewing it so that you can have an idea of if it's worth the money. And like my normal reviews, I'm gonna be timing how long it takes to crochet beginning to end, so you have an idea how long it'll take. We'll do a difficulty scale for people wondering if it's beginner friendly or if it's accurate to the difficulty scale that it's listed on. The supplies I ended up using, the yarn I use. I really just take you along with me, and I'll let you know if there are any issues with the pattern, or if there are issues, how I solved it, without giving any of the pattern away, obviously, because I don't have rights to this pattern. It's not my pattern. If you want to download this pattern or make it along with me, I'm gonna leave the link for the pattern in my description box, so go purchase it, make it along with me, or wait to see if it's worth buying and watch the whole video first. It's up to you. But I went ahead and downloaded the pattern, so I'm gonna do a little once over look before we get started like I usually do, and we will figure out what kind of supplies we're gonna need to make it. So I really like the idea of this top because I like that it ties in the front. I'm not really a fan of tops that are like a solid shape, that don't really have a lot of like flexibility to it, With this, the way it is, you can kind of have a little more flexibility with the type of yarn you use because there are ties in the front. I'm trying to do it as accurate as possible. It's about a 13-page download, and it looks really clean. There is a acknowledgement. They don't want you to sell items made from this, so if you are buying this pattern with the intent to sell the top, the creator doesn't want you to do that, FYI, in case that's why you're buying it. In that case, don't buy it if you're just wanting to sell this top. Alright, so for materials, it looks like I've got the hooks sizes that I need. Now, the only thing with this one is you're going to need a super fine weight 1 yarn, preferably in a cotton. You really want to make tops out of cotton, especially in summer, because of sweat and just breathability. So I don't have any super fine weight 1 yarn in cotton, so I'm gonna take a little trip to Joann's and buy some yarn because I don't have the yarn for this project. So let's go get some yarn. And before I go get my yarn, I'm just gonna do a brief little scroll through. It looks like pattern is based off your own measurements. There's 4 different measurements you need in order to make it. There are pictures. It looks fairly detailed. So far, it looks like a good pattern, and it looks like it's worth the $7.32. So let's go get the yarn we need and get started. So I'm looking for weight 1. The closest I can find is a weight 3. And I have this. It works up really small, so I think, I don't know.
3.
This is a 3, 2. I think this works up, yeah, this works up bigger than this because I've used both of these. So we want something like this, the Trubu bandana,
Okay.
or bamboo cotton.
Okay.
So what color is what we're thinking?
That's pretty.
For the top?
Yeah, let me see the top again.
We're trying to pick a color. Best for my skin tone.
Okay. Let's see. Let's pick. We didn't. This was not summery enough, huh?
I think that's summery.
You like this one?
Probably because the picture's yellow.
Right? I kept reaching for the yellow that was up there too. Oh wait, here's like a sea
like
green one.
Summery.
That's kind of summery. I feel like I'm making an Easter basket.
I would say like the blues and the greens always look good on me. Like anytime I'm in blue, my eyes look blue. Like I look good.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is pretty. Let's mark it to those 3, yeah? These 3? Yeah. Or do you want to switch one of those out? I don't know. I like this color. Okay, let's do this. Let's take this one out. How does it look in the front?
I think the blue looks the best.
Think so? That is really pretty. Okay, do it with the green though, because your watch is green, so it kind of looks cute too. But you're whiter up here where it's going to be.
No, my shoulders are tanner.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, I don't know. I think the teal one, not the blue.
Let's go.
You think this one?
Oh, with that one?
Yeah.
This is teal, honey.
Okay, what do you think? Green or the blue?
I'm equally loving both.
Okay, we'll get the green.
Okay.
Get
Green
2.
it is.
I need 2 of them.
Let me put all these back because I feel horrible for messing up the whole shebang.
And I want to make a gold one to prove to you that the gold looks good, too.
You're funny.
I think I only need 2 of them. Okay, I'm back from the store. I've decided on this yarn. Although it said to use a weight 1, there wasn't really any weight 1 options. So I'm going to go ahead and use a weight 3. I'm going to use a weight 3. I've used this True Blue yarn before and it works up really small. Like it works up smaller than a weight 3. So I think it's going to be fine. So we're going to just use that. Okay, so you're going to want a fabric measuring tape because you have to measure 4 different measurements of your body for the top. It seems like it's made by measurement, so it seems very size inclusive so far. But I took all my measurements. And now I'm going to go ahead and start. And it looks like we're starting with the front panel. So a lot of the pattern so far just says like take your measurement, divide it by this number, that's how long you make this. So it seems very flexible in sizing. But I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to start our timer or stopwatch so we know how long it takes beginning to end to make the top. Okay, we are at the 1 hour mark and we've completed our first front panel. We have to make 2 of these and then a back panel, and then I think that's all the pieces, but it takes about 1 hour to do the front panel. So far in the pattern, it hasn't been too confusing. I do think it can get a little confusing because it's a made to your measurement type of pattern. So there isn't like an exact count you have to follow. It's very just based off of your body shape. And it can be kind of difficult depending on the yarn you use, since I used a different yarn than she used. So there's a lot of adjusting. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the difficulty level she put on the pattern being beginner, advanced beginner. I think it's kind of just a way to have beginner on the pattern. I don't think this is a beginner pattern, especially since she shows you little to no help on any pictures or anything like that. If you're a beginner, you're gonna have to do a lot of searching on YouTube for tutorials and stuff. So I don't necessarily recommend it for a beginner. I would say have plenty projects under your belt first, because if not, you're gonna have a lot of questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other front panel, and then I'll check back in with you on where we're at with time and if I run into any other problems. This is actually ending up being way faster than I thought it would, but we're almost at 2 hours and we've got the first 2 front panels done. I'm a little worried that I didn't go wide enough on the front panels. I think because when I measured it when it was kind of stretched out, so when it's not stretched out it doesn't reach the measurement, but this way it reaches the measurement not stretched out. I don't know, I'm worried. I have a feeling it's going to be like more open in the front than I want because I didn't make it wide enough, so if that happens, that's on me. But anyway, I have a hard time with made to measure patterns because I don't measure correctly. I measure when it's like stretched or not stretched, and I don't keep it consistent. That's my problem. But I got the first 2 panels done. We're still on our first skein of True Blue yarn, so I'm actually hoping we can get the whole thing done with 1 skein. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know, my delusional head thought I needed 3 of them, and I always buy too much, so you might only need 1, but I'll let you know. And I'll let you know how much yarn is in each skein in case you're using something else. But okay, so this is a 2.5 ounce 241 yard skein, so we're still on the first one, but 2 hours in, and now it's time to do the back panel. Okay, I just wanted to do a little update. We are at 3 hours and 20 minutes. I'm still working on the back panel. I decided to add some extra stitches on the sides of the back panel because I think I underestimated the front panel, so I think they're a little too short. So I just added a couple on each side just to kind of like make up for it. I don't know, it might make it look weird, but I'm hoping, I just didn't want it to be too small. And I think that's kind of where I was at before I added the extras. So this part's taking a while. Still working on the back panel. I just wanted to note that we are on to our second skein. So it did take one full skein to get to this part, and then we're on our second skein. I honestly don't even think we're gonna get halfway through this skein. We just have to finish the back panel and then attach all the pieces together and we're done. Since we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes, my guess is that it might take max 5 hours to do, probably 4.5, so, but we'll see. So far, I mean, this is really easy. It's literally just a rectangle, so I think I might take back my statement earlier about the, like, advanced beginner. I don't really even think it's advanced. I think it's more so the fact that the pattern doesn't go into a lot of detail on, like, I don't know, it's very like made to measure, and it doesn't go into detail on how to do any of the stitches or have that many photos that are helpful. That's what makes it advanced beginner, because she doesn't really hold your hand through it. But I think you could figure it out. Maybe not as your first project, but if you have a couple, I think you could definitely figure it out. The only part I'm struggling with is the made to measure, which I always struggle with made to measure patterns because I don't think I measure correctly, either my body or I don't measure the pieces as I make them. Like, some of them are more stretched when I measure and some of them aren't stretched when I measure them, so nothing comes out right. So I'm just hoping that when I put this on, my arms go through the armhole. I made it longer, I didn't want it to be cropped, so I wanted it to end kind of where my jeans would start. So let's just hope that that's the goal, really, just that I measured right. I don't know, but we're gonna keep going and see how long it takes, and I'll check back in when I finish the back panel. Okay, we're at 4 hours and I just finished the back panel. Now it's time to attach. I'm a little scared because there's only like 6 bullet points on how to attach it, so I'm a little scared, but it's fine. Let's attach it and see what happens. I don't even know if we're gonna get all the way to 5 hours actually, so it's a really fast workup. The straps are taking so long. Like, you do an outline and the straps all at once at the end. We just hit 5 hours. And I'm still doing the straps. Like, I have 3 straps left. That's the longest part, I think, because you get to a smaller hook, but we're almost done. Okay, it's done. I decided on the 3 ties. You can do 1, 2, or 3. I did 3 because I think that's what the picture was. And it took 5 hours and 10 minutes, start to finish. All the ends are weaved in. Now it's time to go put it on and pray that this thing fits right, because I don't think I did my measurements correctly. So let's go see. Oh, and I also want to say we used 1 full skein and a little bit of the second skein. I literally have been walking around my house looking for the best lighting, and I can't find it, but this is the top, okay? I put it on. I definitely didn't do the front panel as wide as I should have, because I feel like I also did not take into account my boobs. So it like stretches over them and it makes it look weird because I didn't make the front panel as long as the back panel. Like, if you look at the back panel, it's nice and loose and it's not like stretching like the front is where my boobs are, because I didn't measure right. So definitely like the bottom part is perfect. There's a little gap, but it's perfect. But I didn't measure my top right, so there's a little bit of a stretch. But like, I mean, I could just try and stretch it out. Let me see if I can find like better lighting. I'll put pictures up if I get better pictures of it. But that is it. That's the end of the video. That is the end of our pattern review. Overall, really pay attention to your measurements because I messed that part up. Like, some pieces are just not, like, my front panels don't match the back panel. I know, I probably would have paid more attention to how many stitches I was doing and really paid attention to it, and I didn't, which I should have done, but whatever. So it took about 5 hours to do a skein and a half of True Bamboo cotton yarn and the same hook sizes she has in her pattern. I think it's worth it. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I think it's worth it. I think if you're a beginner, you can do it. I think if this is your first project, it's going to be a little difficult because she doesn't really walk you, hold your hand through it, but you can make do with YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. So go make one. And if you do, tag me because I want to see it. But yeah, if you want to download her pattern, I'll link it down in the description box below. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.